Okay. Hi, everyone. This one's going to be a good one. Let me tease the class a little bit. So, this next class that we're interviewing has a really cool origin story. It also has really cool visuals and a really cool theme. It has some cool stuff going on, but I don't really know a ton about it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know much about what's going on with this class at all. I leveled one for a link or something. There's your hint. I leveled one for a link. Our next guest gets a lot of shit in the Maplestory community. She also gives a lot of shit. We got JULI coming on to show us what it's like to be a KINESIS main. Yeah, chat spam W's for JULI. W's. Let the yappening commence. Hello.
Hi. I promise I will be nice to your chatters, don't worry.
No, I know you will. Honestly, you should just close chat.
Oh, no, also, I'm sorry I told people. People assumed it was me who was doing KINESIS, so
yeah.
I know the time, so that's my fault.
Yeah. I mean, you, like I said, you weren't the first one to spoil it, and you certainly won't be the last, so it happens. Yeah. It happens. It's all good.
I also made it pretty well known in the KINESIS Discord I was doing it because I didn't want anyone else to be upset. Like other classes I've heard have apparently had some inner beef, so I made it pretty obvious in saying I was doing it. So I know there's some people from my Discord watching, but we're a pretty small class. Things are pretty chill. So,
all right, so let's get started by getting you to show off some of the cool shit that KINESIS has.
So the first thing I have to show you that KINESIS has, I actually have to log off to show you.
Okay.
Because KINESIS is a very self-centered class, and it's pretty funny that this is actually part of our class thing. So when you go to make it, so I've learned a lot of things about KINESIS while preparing for this interview. And one thing that is pretty funny about this is when you go to make a character, every class just has this basic theme song in the background, right? Now, for some reason, KINESIS is the only class on this entire page that has its own theme song, and I'm not kidding. I've clicked through all 54 of them.
Yep.
So that is the first cool thing, which is kind of funny. It is not really like a cool trick, but it's just something funny that for some reason we are the only class out of every single class that has its own theme song on the character logins.
Do you feel like a main character when you play this class?
No, but like the class is just pretty self-centered in that like they really make it known from the second you go to make the character. They're like, we're different and you need to know it now.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is the first thing.
Okay.
The second thing that is definitely cool about KINESIS is that, so hold on, I have to basically, I know that this isn't in the game at the moment, but as you know, Ascent skills are coming out. And there's been a lot of talk about KINESIS's Ascent skill in particular, because the Ascent skill is very similar to an anime. So it is similar to Hollow Purple from Jujutsu Kaisen. So if I can just like switch my screen really quickly to show you, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Is that okay? No, I'm not leaking anything, don't worry. So this is our Ascent skill, which a lot of people have been talking about, which is coming up soon in the next 6 months. It's the snap, the Thanos snap. So, is it not showing?
You're streaming the wrong thing.
Oh, I'm streaming the wrong thing. Oh, oops.
I just told you not to leak.
Oh, my bad. Here you go.
Okay, we're good.
So, apparently our Ascent skill is supposed to be like one of the cooler animations that a lot of people talk about. So, I don't know. I just wanted to show that because it's definitely something that people have been talking about the class with. But anyways, as for things in-game that's cool about the class, yeah, it's Hollow Purple aura farming. As for things that are cool in-game about the class, this really has no purpose other than just being like so KINESIS has the unique ability that you can kill AFK people. So
what the hell?
you can
why would you do that?
Well, so like when people AFK on these tree branches, you can pick up the mobs and you can kill them because you can throw mobs up here. See? I can move them. See, I moved it. Now it's up here. So now if someone's AFK up there, I can put it up there. See? And now I would kill someone who's on a chair because the mob's not supposed to spawn up here, but I have a skill that can throw them.
Oh, the AFK mob?
Yeah, look. Did I kill it? Oh, I killed it on accident. See, I put mobs on the tree branch. They're not supposed to be up here, but I put them up here because I picked them up.
But wait, isn't this map instanced?
Yeah, but the AFK mobs aren't instanced, and I put the AFK mob up here.
Okay.
Yeah, because the class can throw mobs. That's like its whole thing. See, I'm holding them.
Imagine being a class that's so weak that you can't even just AFK kill an AFK mob.
No, you can. I'm saying people on high chairs, you can move the AFK mob so people can sit on it. So people will die. But the point is that you can
I'm saying, like, imagine
mob.
playing a class that, like, doesn't just naturally kill the AFK mob when it comes up to you.
Oh yeah, it's for AFK people, because in Carcion people AFK. And then the last cool thing is this has absolutely nothing, but you can move mobs around. So like I can see, look, I can put them all in the bottom. They won't respawn here, but I can move them all. See? Now I can trap them. You can also trap your party members in P&O forever by holding the mobs hostage. If you really want to grief people. It's completely useless, but cool things the class can do.
Okay.
See, now they're all stuck in the corner, and now the map is empty.
Okay.
That's it.
This is the cool stuff we're showing off about this class. We're not starting off on a strong note here.
What? That's unique. How is that not cool? I think that's cool. Tell me what other class can put mobs in the corner, kill people on AFK chairs, has its own theme song.
This is just a rude class. We're just inting everybody, except for the music. The music is cool.
And can hold people hostage in P&O forever.
So rude.
Like what? Go back to HQ to answer your questions. All right. So, anyways.
Yeah, give me that. Yeah, so yeah. Give me the HQ music. Yeah.
Look, we're twins. I have the same little headband as him now.
Cute.
Mhm.
Cute.
All right. So.
Okay. So that's
my cool things.
So those are our cool stuff. Okay. So then why don't you give us, for anyone who doesn't know JULI, why don't you give us the JULI introduction? So like what got you started playing Maple? How long have you been playing for? What kind of like personal achievements have you accomplished playing the game, specifically when it comes to like bossing?
Oh, okay, sure. So I started playing Maplestory 1 year when I was in grad school because I was bored on winter break. So that was December 2021. It was right after COVID. I didn't play Maplestory during COVID only because I had a MacBook and I couldn't play on Nexon Launcher.
Okay.
I started playing during the, what is the patch called? It was called, oh my god, I'm completely blanking on the name. It was the patch where the slime boss was released. And it was the Lara boss. It was when Lara dropped. So I was originally a Lara main. However, I realized that Lara was not the class I liked, and I didn't like that you couldn't see the floor. So I stopped playing Lara. So I mained Lara from like December 2021 to March 2022. So the reason I switched off Lara to KINESIS is because I had a friend who mained KINESIS, and I didn't realize because I had just come back to the game. Maple Live. It was Maple Live, thank you. I had a friend come back to the game. I had a friend who played the game, and she was a KINESIS main, and I didn't realize that there was classes that didn't use mana. And I was like, what is that class you're playing with the bars in the bottom? And she was like, oh, this is KINESIS. And I was like, what the heck is that? So essentially, I had a friend who played the class. I thought it looked really cool. I thought it looked a lot more mobile than Lara. And I just started playing it, and I really liked it. And then I decided to main it, and I've been playing I've been playing KINESIS ever since March 2022 up until now. I've been a pretty consistent player, and yeah. As for terms of bossing, I would say that I wouldn't say I'm like the most hardcore player. Like when it comes to bossing, I definitely don't have a ton of solo achievements and things like that. Working on like H calling and then also X Lotus, just because I definitely struggle with mechanics in this game a lot. I do try to do the bosses I can do. Like I did Limbo on release, like normal Limbo on release, working through H calling, and then just like other normal stuff like Sea Kalos and things like that. But yeah,
Okay.
just been playing for a long time, you know, playing consistently, not a super like I definitely say I'm active in the community. I'm not a super like hardcore player who goes for like every like like doesn't go for first clears. My levels are definitely like lower compared to some of the other people you've had on.
Yeah.
But just I've always said that consistency is key and that one day I'll pass all the people who have always quit. That is always what I've thought.
Yeah, I mean, true. You'll definitely pass everyone who quit. Just stay in love with the game. Don't burn out. That's the strat. That's the JULI strat,
Yeah,
guys.
pretty much. I mean,
I
I've
agree with
just
that.
always been casual. I mean, more casual, not casual, but like I've always thought that playing at a slower pace and getting where you are is better than playing really fast and burning out and then never playing this game again, because I've had a lot of good friends quit this game.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, and you know what? The boss clears will come eventually. Things eventually get nerfed, is what I've always thought. And
Yep.
I mean, it's a game.
And power creep as well. So like,
And power creep.
not
you know,
everyone
and
loves like doing the struggle min clear like actual difficult content. Some
Yeah,
people just want to
and-
play the game and just have fun, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoy the social aspect of this game. I wouldn't say I'm a super grinder. I definitely know I'm not. I definitely am not 290. I'm aware of that. And I don't know. I've just enjoyed the game as a background thing. To me, it's a game. It's not a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, at least.
All
But
right.
yeah.
All right. W JULI. I like that mentality. Okay, let's start talking about your class then. So, the first thing that I usually like to get people to yap about for all of these interviews is the thing that everyone cares about the most, which is your class's damage. So, do you want to show off what it's like to burst on your class first? Maybe just like give us you don't necessarily have to like explain every single skill, because we'll talk about that later. But if you just want to like show off the burst and maybe just highlight the skills that you're pressing that are doing like the majority of your damage.
So Kinesis is kind of a funny class because we're not really. So while preparing for this interview, I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of other Kinesis players, and something that I learned is that some people, it has changed a lot with M3 and M4. Prior to M3 and M4, the class The class was more bursty than DPM-y. Now it's more DPM-like. And I wouldn't classify it as either. I would say, and this is what I've told other people, I would say Kinesis is a solid-ish DPM class. You know, we're not like Zero, and we're not like Lin, but we're not bad like Night Lord. We're somewhere in the middle. And we're also not super burst heavy like Night Lord or Night Walker. We're somewhere in the middle. We're just mid on both.
Okay.
So it's a decent DPM class with a middle. It's not a straight. I said they're good at burst. But I would say that the class is just in the middle when it comes to damage on DPM and burst. Good.
Yeah.
Overall, decent DPM, decent burst, but we don't excel at either of them, is what I would say. And there has been tests that have been done, and I think now it's more split 50-50. I think right now with M3 and M4, we're leaning slightly more DPM and then less burst. However, our origin is a lot of our damage. And so I think we're just somewhere in the middle, is what I think.
Okay.
So I will go through it. I would say another thing about Kinesis is that our 3-minute burst is more mediocre than most of our 3-minute burst doesn't do as much damage as our 60 seconds. So I'm just going to open my key bindings because I'm just going to do this. So Kinesis's main skills that actually do damage, I would say, is Law of Gravity, LOG, which is what we call it for short.
Okay.
or Mind Over Matter, Mom. So the two skills, if you ever party with a Kinesis, you'll hear them say Mom and Log. Those are 60-second skills, and I would say these are the majority of our damage, but they're 60-second, which means Kinesis is more flexible to play in 2-minute parties. So because of that, yeah, because we can play in 2-minute parties with Goddess. Our actual 3-minute burst skill is a skill called Psychic Tornado, which it's good, but it's not like a crazy heavy hitting. It's not a crazy heavy hitting burst skill. And then this other 3-minute skill that is paired with that is Mental Overdrive. So in combination, our burst is you use Overdrive, Law of Gravity, Mom, Tornado, and then you buff. However, this is where it gets a little confusing. With Origin, there is a bit of discourse within the Kinesis community about when do you Overdrive. So Overdrive is a skill that cuts... Oh, I guess I should talk about PP. So Kinesis is also, as you notice, I don't have mana. It's based on psychic points or PP. So pretty much PP is it's a gauge balance. So you either take PP or you either recharge PP or you lose PP. So essentially our skills are divided into, like I said, you either take or lose. And what Overdrive does is it cuts the cost of every psychic point used and it makes you recharge faster. However, because of Origin, our Origin recharges all psychic points used, so you don't want to Overdrive during Origin because you will be overcapping your gauge is the issue. Because we have a passive on one of our other skills called Psychic Drain, which causes our Origin to recharge our gauge because of our kinetic combos hitting. Does that make sense?
Okay. How much? Wait. I don't think you covered. What's your max?
So
I don't want to say it. What's your max PP?
Yeah, so there's different bars. So there's dark purple, light purple.
Sorry, I'm a child.
Blue, yellow. so it goes. How many bars is that? So it's yellow is 1, light blue is 2, 3, and then 4. So it's like 4 bars. So every skill is like how many points. So
and each little bar is like 1, right? It's either full, like the bar is either completely full or like empty. So it's like,
yeah, it's like so like metal press, like, so as you see, it says the skill psychic point cost 13 for train. So this will take me all the way down 13.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll cut all the way down to 13. And the only way to cap
so 40 is your max.
I guess
your max PP.
Yeah. I've never actually counted how many there are. We just
counted 4 different bars of 10 each.
Yes, 40 is max. Someone just said it in chat. I've never actually counted the bars. We usually just talk about the bars is the thing. We usually just say like dark purple, light purple, blue, yellow. We just know I've never counted the actual individual segments, so that's kind of not like in a bad way. I know how much things cost, but yeah. So the only way to reach the max amount of psychic points is to put in 10 here. The 10 is the dark purple bar covering the light purple bar. So that's the only way to reach it. So essentially, I have to close this chat or else I'm going to start laughing. Essentially, the burst order is like pretty simple. So I think the easiest way to show you burst is if I just show you what it looks like without Origin, because like I was saying, with Origin it makes it a little bit more complicated because of Overdrive and then the recharging of psychic points. And I think I'm just going to call it psychic points, not PP, because it just sounds, I know this is going to get a lot of like,
because I'm going to laugh every time.
Okay, I'm just going to say psychic points then.
Yeah.
So pretty much in order to burst, Kinesis has one debuff, which is called Mindquake, and this is a slow, which I can show on a boss later. It's really useful in BM, and it is a 15% IED debuff, and then 50% final damage buff to itself. And then you pop Goddess, obviously, and then after image of the other world, which it's kind of like a second Goddess, because our Goddess doesn't invest AP into it increases my int, basically. And so then, let me turn my graphics on. I realize I don't have them on.
She almost blasted me.
So, sorry. So you do this, And then I always put drain down, it's just a little bit extra damage. And then I always use push, it's just a dot on the boss. And then you always do overdrive because it charges your PP, psychic points. And then you do tornado, which is this skill, law of gravity. And then mind over matter is the cube. AB, roar, drop a train, and then metal press. And then this is what it looks like.
Okay.
And then you just hold down metal press, and then when your train expires, you drop another train. So the train is on, and then you always want to throw your tornado in your roar.
Is the train just kind of like a really short summon? It's just doing damage while it's there?
It's a 9-second summon.
Okay, okay.
And then afterwards, you want to refresh your psychic points, and then you want to keep metal pressing because metal press is our main damage dealer. I'm sorry, I also forgot BPM. You want to keep this toggle on as well. So
okay.
It's hitting the boss. So it's toggle, and then press all those skills, and then at the end, a lot of people like to use Tempest, which is an iframe, but you can break the iframe and it recharges psychic points, and then you can keep metal pressing.
So you had like two. Okay, were they 1 minute or 3 minute cooldowns? The two big skills that were there doing damage. Log and mom. Yeah.
Those are 1 minute skills. So
okay,
Kinesis can. So I completely forgot about BPM. I'm sorry. I'm kind of nervous. So you always want to have this on. This is another toggle. When it hits bosses, it drains psychic points. So this is just an ongoing toggle. It's kind of like Lord of the Deep. It also hits from behind now. It's our Mastery 4. And when you drain out, hold on, let's see. Once you empty your points, it turns off. It's supposed to turn off. Hello, please turn off. I can't metal press.
I'm so glad she said empty your points. Oh my god, I would have lost it. I almost lost it anyway. My mind went there. She didn't even say it. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm a child.
Look, I can't turn it on right now, so I just have this weird animation. And then when I recharge 3 points, it auto turns back on. However, this is a common issue where it doesn't always auto turn back on.
Okay.
So the skills that actually do damage, log and mom, are 60-second cooldown, and then the other skills are 3-minute cooldown.
Okay.
So that's why the class is flexible between 2-minute parties, because technically you can just use log, mom, goddess, and then just metal press and train.
So how long do your skills, your all your 1 minute skills, how long do those deal damage for overall?
Yeah. So mind over matter lasts for 15 seconds, and then this one lasts for 22 seconds.
Okay.
So this one fits in roar, and then overdrive is a 26-second skill.
Okay.
And then tornado is also a 20-second skill. And then the other thing you want to do, which I was kind of talking about earlier, is the tornado itself, this thing right here, just hitting the boss isn't most of the damage. So you can auto throw it if you click the skill again, and then it explodes, and it's the explosion that does most of the damage.
Okay.
Same with Law of Gravity. Law of Gravity is just a summon. The one thing that is a little bit frustrating about this is that you have to have a boss present in order for this to grab onto something. So if a boss is buried or not on the screen, you can't summon it. And this you can also manually
Wait, does that mean it follows the boss as well, or it just stays
It's auto on the boss. It's auto on the boss, yeah. There's no toggling to it.
Okay. But if you summon it on the boss and then the boss moves, will it stay on the boss?
Yeah, it's connected to the boss.
Okay,
it's once you put it on, it's just stuck there. It's not a summon. It's literally on. It's
kind of it's like a burn
onto the boss. Yeah, it's like a burn.
Yeah, okay.
I guess. So that's why I know in Limbo a lot of the issues is if the boss burrows, you can't cast it. Something literally has to be present for it to grasp on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the only one, so those two you can manually pop. If you double click them, they'll explode, because all of our skills have explosion damage. So it's they do hit damage, and then they have an explosion at the end. So tornado and log, you can manually explode. However, mind over matter or mom, you cannot manually explode. And the issue with mom is this used to not happen, but mom auto tracks now. But if I click the skill again, I can move it, and I can also push it. So I have a push skill, which is how I was moving the mobs. So if the boss moves, the skill is supposed to auto track it. However, depending on the situation, it doesn't always auto track.
Yeah, okay.
So you can move the skill, if the boss goes to the other side of the room, mom isn't gonna like go to the other side of the room. Like you gotta move it.
Yeah.
And so you can like auto move it back and forth, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's like, and if you double tap it, it loses its stay still. So I know that like something I struggle with is that mom, it wasn't until a few updates ago that it's now stationary on the boss, and if it like hits a boss target, it stays still. It used to not do that, and you would used to have to manually hold it in place by just double tapping the skill. So I accidentally like move it a couple of times, if that makes sense. Like I move mine because it's just like habit that I'm just not used to it.
Yeah.
And then overdrive is definitely the skill you want, because all of these skills, these 3 cost psychic points. So overdrive, like I said, it's a 26-second buff, and it cuts the cost of psychic point consumption in half, and recharges as well.
Okay. Yeah,
so
it makes
and then
sense.
they're continuously decreased. So the issue that I was kind of talking about is the origin burst. So pretty much, as I kind of talked about this earlier, but the issue with our origin is that our origin recharges our psychic points. So you don't want to exactly use overdrive during our origin because you're overcapping the points bar, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's like 2 philosophies when it comes to doing this. The first one is you can summon everything, origin, you'll get all the points back, and then once your origin ends, press overdrive. However, the issue with this is that in min cuts, you are desyncing yourself by our origin is 8 seconds. You're desyncing yourself by 8 seconds every single time. So you're eventually going to end up like a whole minute behind the rest of your party by the end.
Okay.
Then this works in controlled environments like Culvert, because it's Culvert, it's a controlled environment. You're hitting a dummy, right? In Kalos, it works because the Kalos burst is so long, because, you know, you have the period where he's down, and then you have the period where he's bound by origin, and then you have the period he's like normal bound, right? So that's the issue with that. Then there's another theory. Oh, I mean, for people in the chat. Then there's another theory where you do overdrive, summons, origin, and you just sack the 8 seconds in the origin, and you just pop origin as soon as you pop all your summons, and then you just metal press, and you just lose the 8 seconds. So that's another theory. Or like, not theory, that's another way to play, is that people just do everything normal, and then they pop origin, they just go boom, 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 origin, I'm just gonna lose the 8 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Ideally, what we're trying to balance here is getting the most of our psychic points without losing time on our overdrive, because what the issue we're combating is we're trying to increase the amount of metal presses you can get off, because that's our main damage skill. And remember, this costs psychic points. So you're trying to get as many points off. You're trying to get as many presses off as you can without overcapping, but you have to do it in a way that doesn't one, desync you, and 2, cause issues to the rest of your party.
Yeah,
so
okay.
the way I do it is I pop my summons, overdrive, origin, and that way I feel like I just kind of like lose the 8 seconds, and honestly, staying on top of the 3-minute time is what I have found to be the best compared to getting extra presses off.
Sure.
Now, like I said, this is a theory that, like, it's not a theory, this is a philosophy. Other people will do it differently. There's really no set one way to do it with origin, and it's just a common class struggle. So
yeah, okay.
If you watch videos of other kinesises, some will just do origin summons, overdrive summons origin, some will do summons overdrive origin, some will do summons overdrive summons origin, wait, overdrive. It just very much depends on how they're playing.
Okay. It's flexible. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you had to rate the class's burst, I'm gonna go off script a little bit here. If you had to rate the class's burst for performance, specifically the way that you play it.
Okay.
How would you rank it? Like compared to other classes?
So I've talked a lot with other Kinesis players about the best way to maximize burst damage with Origin, because like I said, it's a constant it's a constant battle of like getting the most metal presses off and also not losing time on your overdrive skill. And I would say I feel like the way I do it is
just say it. Just be honest. You can say you can just either like alpha this and say like it's the best, or you can just be like, yeah, it's not the best and I'm okay with that, you know?
Honestly, I think the way I do it is pretty optimal. I've changed the way I do it, and I try to do it optimally. I was desyncing myself for a long time, and I found that I had issues with that.
Sure,
and I've just learned that losing 8 seconds on overdrive is just way better. So I'm gonna give it an S for the way I do it.
Okay. In terms of performance?
I think honestly my own, in terms of damage, or like
yeah, like damage compared to other classes.
This class is like a B. Yeah. Like a B, I would say the way I do the burst setup, I think is the best. I think our damage is like a B.
Okay.
I think the way I do the burst setup is the best solely because, like I said, I feel like trying to min-max the amount of presses you get is just not worth it.
Yeah.
But I think that's something a lot of Kinesis players who play the class would agree with. And I think it's only worth trying to do that if you can definitely play around with it. And I think in Kalos, it's much better to summon Origin and then overdrive at the end.
Yeah.
But I think if you're min-cutting bosses, I think you need to just lose the 8 seconds. It's not worth desyncing.
Yeah.
That is my genuine advice.
Yeah.
And that is something I've learned, and I continue to learn as I talk to other people who play the class and learn new techniques, because it's ever changing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the DPM then. So, outside of your burst, so you have all these like 1 minute skills.
Yeah.
Outside of your burst, what's a normal rotation look like when you don't have your? I even like we'll count the like 1 minute skills as like burst, right? So like outside of your 1 minute cooldowns, I guess for your whatever it is, like 50, 40 seconds.
I realized I've been talking and not actually hitting anything. So I would say that our normal off burst rotation is just doing grab, which is a skill that recharges psychic points. And then when you have full points, you use metal press to empty out. I can just show a mini burst. So I would usually pop Tremor, after image, AB link, and then these two. Drop a train, and I would metal press until it's pretty low, and then I would use grab to build up my points again, and then I would metal press to empty it out. And then once I see yellow is kind of when I start grabbing again, and then once I see dark purple is when I start pressing. So it's kind of like a balance of like back and forth like this.
Okay.
So I would say that that's pretty much how I do my mini burst. And this is where, if you're using Kant, you want to time this with Kant. So obviously you want to be metal pressing on the comp procs because that's most of our damage, and then grabbing on the off comp procs. So you want to make sure you have psychic points on the procs, and then if your Kant is down on the off procs, then that's fine. So I kind of, that's why I said I don't count the bars. I kind of just look for the colors.
Yeah.
So
you're using your, if we call them like builders and spenders.
So
you're using your builders when the Kant is down, when you don't have the extra damage, and then you're kind of like dumping all of your psychic points with your spenders on the Kant procs. Okay.
So your big spender is your metal press, which is a first job skill. And then if you have extra points, another big spender is train. Yeah. So that is our third job mastery. So that's like a short summon. It doesn't move. It's just stationary. And then, like I said, I kind of just look for the colors on the bars. So if I see purple, I spend. If I see yellow start to go gray, I just
you don't need to necessarily care about like specific. Like you don't need to have exactly 36 out of 40 before you go do. It's just kind of like as long as you're like within a certain range of 10, then.
Kind of, because our teleport takes like 2 points, and you want to have at least 2 to like use our teleport because it is pretty useful.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
you never want to be at 0 because most of our skills do use points. However, like you do build it back up with a certain with like certain skills. So
yeah,
I guess like something else I can talk about is something else I can talk about is the ultimate skills. So Nexon did have a system to telling people like what is a skill that takes points and what is a system that gives points. So the system they used to have, which they kind of did away with in like 4th job for some reason, is called ultimate skill. So anything with a yellow outline means it takes points. So in 1st job, it's metal press. In 2nd job, it's deep impact. 3rd job, train wreck. 4th job, BPM and shot. And then 5th job is mind over matter and psychic shot.
Okay.
Now, they kind of got rid of this system because Psychic Tornado also takes, but it's not considered an ultimate skill. So I don't really know why they did it this way, to be honest with you. It's kind of odd. But, so...
I mean, honestly, who knows with Nexon?
Yeah, so
I don't even think they know.
So technically there was a system that was like, oh, this takes points. So as you can see in 1st job, it costs 7 points, and it tells you how much everything takes, and you should know about how much everything takes. So, and then the values also change in 6th job. So in 6th job, the point cost gets reduced. So yes, and then someone else just brought up another good point, is that ultimate skills did not combo. The difference was that ultimate skills didn't proc combos. However, that was changed in a recent patch, and that is why Kinesis does more damage right now, is because our ultimate skills proc combos, which is another random thing that
like farming combos.
Sort of. We have these combos that come out of like nowhere, to be honest with you. I had to find it. So they used to not proc on ultimate skills. It's a passive. But Nexon, they used to not proc on ultimate skills, which is why I guess why they were called ultimate, because they didn't proc. But Nexon changed it like 2 patches ago where they said, okay, guess what? We're going to make your combos proc on ultimate skills. So it's a mark, pretty much. It's just a passive mark skill.
Yeah, like random passive extra damage.
Yeah,
okay.
But they're pretty strong, so they proc on ultimate skills now, which is what used to not happen in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yes, so now that is a mastery as well. That's this one. So they do a lot of damage. They're just passive marks. So yeah.
Okay, so back to the off burst. If you had to rank it in terms of performance. Okay, first of all, when you're talking, when you rank it, do you include your like mini burst as part of your like off burst?
Yeah, because you do it pretty often.
I think that's fair because it's like 1 minute and it lasts like 20 something seconds, right? So
yeah, it's pretty.
I think that's totally fair.
I would say, I would honestly, compared to other classes off burst, I would give ours an A, just because I think it's pretty strong. And considering that our quote unquote off burst is most of our burst, I would say our off burst is almost stronger than our on burst. Because honestly, our on burst is only overdrive and tornado, and then our off is law of gravity and mom. Also, I realized I never actually showed the origin, so I feel like I kind of owe that to the chat. So I will do that now.
In terms of
So I realized I never did that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. We go like I have all of this shit like set up so that you can go over all like pretty much everything more than once. So
yeah,
if you miss something, it's all good. We 100% will still cover it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay. The origin's sick. Okay. So damage overall is like not terrible. We'll leave it at that for now.
I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's the best. I don't think we're like low on the charts. I think right now Kinesis is very good, but I don't think that it's
well, you gave it a B and an A. So so just so you're aware, you gave it a B and an A. So we're like that's like that's like overall like average or above average. Not bad.
Yeah, I would say right now it's pretty good.
Yeah,
and I
that's
think
not bad.
our all burst is pretty good. So, I mean, based on your rankings, I don't think our burst is terrible.
Yeah. No, it's good.
So that's why I would give it a B.
Okay.
You know, it's not like non-existent.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm not trying to get you to second guess. I'm just summarizing for anyone who's watching. Okay, let's talk mobility on this class. So what you haven't shown off any mobility tricks yet. All you said was that your teleport costs PP, so let's see it.
Yes. So let me go to a different map because it's easier to go out here and show it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Oh, you're
I'm just
good.
going to go somewhere else. I'll just go back to the HQ because okay, so Kinesis, I would say, has pretty good mobility options. I would say that because we have a teleport, a flash jump, and like a fly skill. So instead of just a single flash jump, Kinesis is actually, I think, the only mage with a double flash jump. So you can flash jump twice, which is really nice. You can also kind of stop your momentum. Yes, so you can also stop your momentum. So you can also stop your momentum in the flash jump. So you can do these like little like micro flash jumps like this and like kind of like bounce off the wall. And that's like just something you can do with like, and then another thing you can do, which I never realized other classes can't do this, is you can up jump and then flash jump over.
Oh, okay.
Classes cannot do.
Yeah, a lot of the thief classes can't do that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was an issue.
Yeah.
So Kinesis has no issue with that. You can also chain our flash jump with our fly skill, which is called Jaunt. So you can go like, it's on a 4-second cooldown. It does not cost PP. So you can go like flash jump, Jaunt, and then like jump. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah,
so
good.
it's like, hold on. I don't know how to do it, but there's something about like you can chain them together.
Yeah.
But
it's like a quick little hover or a little fly.
Yes. And you can also hold it in the air and use it as a blink.
Okay.
So it's like a second blink too.
Yeah.
And then we also have this teleport that's like kind of weird. So it's like, it's kind of a long wind up animation and it's a pretty long teleport, but it's good for like, I don't know if other classes can do this, but the teleport is so long that you just completely go through Saren Fire pillars.
Okay.
Without taking damage because it's so long. Another thing I learned while like preparing for this interview is that you can the teleport is the perfect distance between 2 Vihila safe spots, which I did not know.
Okay.
Because it's just so like long. And so yeah. So I think it's it's like jaunt, jump. You can combine jaunt with our flash jumps. Anyways, it has a lot of mobility options you can move around with. But definitely the flash jump, the up jump into flash jump is something I personally use a lot.
Yeah, so, I mean that's amazing. Like, yeah, instead of just plummeting to your death after you up jump, like a lot of classes, they just can't do anything. They just fall straight back down.
Well, not even that. You can also just hold yourself in the air before falling down. I do that in Limbo a lot. Like, instead of just like falling to the ground, I just like catch myself and then I'll fall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. Your that like rock teleport skill, is that the one that you were saying that uses PP?
Yes. It costs
yeah,
2
okay,
PP.
I see it.
It costs 2 psychic points. It does damage too. Another thing that it does is it technically removes all debuffs on a boss. So if a boss is I'm pretty sure it's like if a boss is damage reflect or something, it takes off the damage reflect, which I can just show you in the skill description. Yeah, it becomes the enemy struck or removed of all buffs, which now is completely useless. The only time that this is useful is if you're doing ride or die horntail, you can teleport through them and it'll take off the resistance thing that it has.
Okay. Yeah, or if you're a noob and you're doing the low bosses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like useful in like Akechi, Pink Bean, things like that. So it takes off like damage reflex and things like that. However, in higher bosses, this is like completely useless. But it does technically do damage, but like no one uses this for damage. It's mostly just a mobility skill.
Okay. So overall, if you had to rank your mobility, or rank it compared to other classes, where do you think you would put it?
I would say A.
Yeah? I think it's pretty
because
solid.
I don't think it's like the best flash jump in the world. You know, like we definitely don't go. There's classes that go farther than us. There's classes that have better flies, and there's classes that have better teleports. But the thing is, we have all three.
Yeah, no,
So
I think it's really
would say
solid.
I think we have options, and I think that's part of Kinesis' thing is that you have options.
Yeah. You got like air stall. You got really good vertical mobility. You got really good horizontal. You have a teleport. You have, yeah. I think it's really solid overall.
You have all the options, and it's weird. We're a double flash jump class as a mage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like my biggest turn off of mages, is that you can't flash jump.
Doesn't have.
You can.
Yep,
okay,
Kinesis
wait. I have
doesn't.
a question. Can you attack in the air?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Actual huge massive W. I hate when classes can't attack in the air. All right. Let's move on.
You can't metal press in. Oh wait. Yeah. You actually. I guess you can metal press in the air, but it's only at the point. But you can go like
you
this
need
in
to
the air.
you need to have like a. It looks like you need to have like a platform to hit the metal press in front
Pretty
of
much,
you
yeah.
or
But
close to you.
Wait, hold on. But you can go like this in the air. You can just jump around and shockwave. Like I do that. This is how I frequently do my dailies. Is like this.
Yeah.
I do not like walking still or like this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can attack in the air.
Okay. W.
You can, and then jump attack metal press. What that means is like, I think embossing a lot is it's like this. I need points. You go like this. You don't stand still. You just kind of like bunny hop and attack.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't flash jump as wildly as I'm doing. So yeah.
Okay. Sick. Okay, let's talk about the class's survivability. So specifically, like your ability to stand places that would normally kill you because you have stuff in your kit that like makes up for it. So healing or shielding or iframes or damage reduction or a door or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I would say that Kinesis survivability, I would say our mobility is definitely part of our survivability just because we have a lot of options to get out of sticky situations.
Mm-hmm.
But our biggest survivability is our iframe, which I actually just used because I needed the points.
Okay.
So we have a 2-minute iframe. We have a 7-second iframe on a 2-minute cooldown, and it charges your psychic points. It charges your psychic points to max. I wanted to double check myself before I said it. It charges your psychic points to max, and the other thing is you can attack in the iframe, so it's kind of like a second Jenny because you can animation cancel it. That's the other thing with Jaunt is you can completely animation cancel stuff. So it's things with long animation. So this is our iframe. You see how I'm like stuck in the air? If I press Jaunt, I can drop out of it and I can attack like normal, but I'm still iframe. Okay. And then when the screen breaks, I'm out of the iframe.
Okay.
So it's 7 seconds. And then another thing, the class obviously has E-form because it's a mage, but outside of the other survivability thing that Kinesis has that's kind of odd is our will skill is on a 3-minute cooldown, not a 5-minute cooldown. So I'm definitely a will skill abuser because of that. And then our will skill also gives abnormal status resistance, so we're like stunned for less time for some reason.
Okay.
We do have like a fake magic guard, however, it's not used because it just takes away psychic points, and because of that, most people don't use it because, like I said, the whole class is about min-maxing psychic points, so it is technically a skill, but it's not really recommended to use. But I feel like I should mention it, but this is what it is.
Okay.
So it's like a little shield.
So iframe, E-form.
I would say the shield, but it's not really used in like modern it's not really used in modern tech. It's the thing. The one thing it does negate is Crimson Queen's breath. If you have it on and the queen like breathes at you, you won't die.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really it. And then just a lot of mobility. So I don't think our survivability is like super great.
Yeah. It doesn't sound. Wait, what's the cooldown of the iframe? A minute? 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, the shield doesn't work on percent based attacks, which is why it's not used.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think you would rank, like mobility not included, just ability to stand in bad stuff? What would you rank your survivability?
Like a C.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Honestly, like the iframe is crazy. 7 seconds is a long ass iframe, but it's a 2-minute cooldown.
It's just,
so
it's the same. It's just having a second Jenny is the thing. We don't have like any cool shields or anything. If the shield worked on percent-based attacks, this class would be much better.
Yeah.
I didn't really. Yeah, it's just that because, like, no one's min cutting Queen, but like that's it. After Image does technically have a chance to restore HP, but it is so low that I don't even count it. So I will talk about it like very briefly.
Okay.
This skill, this is actually stupid. It's a 3%, it's a 10% chance to restore 3% HP, and then 10% chance to restore 3% MP. We don't even have a mana point. We don't even have MP, so I don't even know why the second part is included, which is why I didn't originally talk about this. And it's a 10% chance. So I don't know why this is like this. I think this is next on setup for a second friend story class, but whatever. Technically, sure, we have an HP recovery skill, but it's only 10% for 3%. So
Okay.
I think that's like nothing.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Damn. What's Nexon doing? I'm telling you, they don't even know what they're doing with this class. They're just giving you skills and then just copy pasting.
Yeah. Another reason I would give it a pretty low grade is because mana overload is we don't have mana points, and it's called mana overload, so it affects our HP. So all of mana overload, it hits our HP instead of our, and we don't have mana, so anything you get hit with mana overload, it drains your HP to use it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like having last resort on perma.
Damn,
a little bit.
Unlucky.
So if you die, your mana overload goes off. So yeah, it consumes 0.3% max HP for jobs without MP. So you kind of have an MP taker there. Same with all the 5th job skills. They all take, I'm pretty sure, wait, no, that's Solar Crest. So yeah, it takes 0.3% of your HP. So it's no heal. We have 3% chance to, heal, and then we're losing 0.3% from mana overload, and that's obviously a lot of final damage. So I would say our survivability outside of the iframe is not great.
Okay. So let's go back and talk about your rotation a little bit. We got a lot of detail on like specifically what you were doing, but if you could, we actually had someone, I don't know if you would be comfortable doing this, you 100% can say no, but we had someone yesterday actually just go into a boss and just kind of show off like basically like the opening origin burst, what they're doing for the next like 3 minutes leading up to their off origin burst, and then going through the origin burst, or sorry, the off origin burst, like your 3 minute, and just kind of like talk us through what you're thinking about and what you're managing while you're doing it.
I kind of wanted to talk about X Lotus only because, sorry, I forgot one thing about our survivability, and it's kind of in my rotation. I cannot play at full graphics because
no, for sure, turn it down for this, for sure.
Crazy headache. So there's one thing in our rotation that I completely forgot to talk about, is that KINESIS has a spammable super stance, and that is extremely useful for Lotus. So the reason I want to talk about it is because in P2 is what I wanted to show for it. So I can just like go in and show you P1 and kind of talk through it. I realized I've been talking a lot and not showing a lot, so I will.
No, that's fine. That's kind of what that's kind of what this is all about.
I will, and I realized I've also been giving very specific details, but I've kind of learned there's a lot of very specific.
Yeah, you're all good. Don't worry.
There's a lot. I wanted to be able to sit here and explain why things worked for you, rather than just telling you, well, that's the way it is. So that's why I'm saying, like, I learned this and that. Because to me, I've always just known this is how things work, and that's how it is. I never knew the exact reason behind why they worked.
Yeah.
And now, I've done a lot of deep dive research for this and talked to a lot of people, and I wanted to sit here and be able to tell you, this works this way because of this.
There's, I will say, like, you don't have to apologize, like don't be nervous, like okay, the people who are watching in chat right now are like, I'm gonna be honest, like they're all kind of a joke. Sorry guys, but you guys are all kind of a joke. in that like you're just here for fun. Whereas the people who are actually going to benefit from this, like the people who this was specifically meant for, are the players who like aren't even playing the game yet, aren't even playing the class, like literally have no idea what's going on. So the details are super, super, super important and helpful for those people.
Yeah.
So you're good.
And
like this is what I was looking for.
Like I said, I also wanted to be able to tell you, like, I always knew that one example of that is I always knew our Origin recharged our psychic points, but I didn't know why. Apparently it's because of the drain passive and because of combo. So that was something I learned, and you know, I think that's something a lot of Maplers need to keep in mind, is that there's always new things to learn about your class, and that you should never stop learning.
Yeah.
As dumb as that sounds.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because, you know, there's always a new tech, and I'm grateful that my class is not gatekeepy, and that people are open to sharing their techniques. So, something just to keep in mind, and that you should always talk to your community as well.
Yep.
So, okay, I'm going to go in and do a basic rotation, and I will sit here and explain to you what I'm doing.
Okay.
And we will see my damage. So, I'm going to press my buff sequence, which is Goddess, AB, and Actor Image. Then I'm going to press Overdrive, because I prefer to do it that way. Then I'm going to summon my buffs, and then this, and then I'm going to... I said this as in Roar. And then I'm going to press my Origin. And then I'm going to drop Train, and then I'm going to just spam Metal Press.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Jenny, because I forgot to throw my Tornado earlier. Oh, and I got a shield. My bad.
All good, all good.
I'm going to TP out of that. And then for the next 3 minutes, I'm kind of... Well, actually, what I really need to be doing is preparing to ring swap, because I see I have 20 seconds on CD, so I need to ring swap. So I'm going to put Fountain down, because honestly, I can't play this boss without it. I'm going to recharge, and then I'm going to prepare my gauge for... It's actually a pretty bad burst. I'm going to prepare my gauge for... my
it's kind of a lot of
seconds.
damage, I'm not going to lie.
So I'm going to pop those off cooldown, then I'm going to pop my other 60 seconds, and then I'm going to... Okay, this is problematic because they're lining up with shields. So, you know, that's not supposed to really happen. And then I'm going to keep metal pressing, and then I'm going to keep up my tremor, because like I said, that's an 11% FD buff for me. And then around my log and mon gets to around 20 seconds, I'm going to ring swap again a third time and do a third set, because this is a 3-minute class with a triple ring swap if you want to do optimal damage. And then I'm going to drop Train, because I see I'm sitting at purple. So I'm going to drop it, and yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep doing that. And then I'm going to keep jumping to put the chains into the... Oh my god. The shield. Keep myself from dying, and I'm going to miss this burst. Okay, I'm actually not going to ring swap, because I wasn't paying attention.
All good, all good. It's a lot to explain while you're doing it. All good.
No, I realized it's a lot harder to talk through than it was for me to just do this. Okay, now I've actually desynced myself. This was not a good boss to show.
That's okay, that's okay.
Whatever. We're just gonna keep going.
You don't have to worry about like ring swap either, because probably like a lot of people won't have access to those rings for a long time. If ever, especially like new players or like future potential new Kinesis players. So
yeah, I mean, also the moving during burst thing is kind of optional. I do it because, like, I don't know, I find it easier to not like stand still. Like I said, there's like multiple ways to like do things. Like, not everyone's gonna agree with everything I'm doing, so whatever.
Yeah, no, of course not.
The one thing I do have to do is put Roar back on.
Yes.
On, if I can. Oh my god. And not die. 1 second. Whoa.
Yeah, and for anyone who's like thinking about picking up Kinesis in the future, you did say something about Kant before, like running Kant. So like, if someone was lazy and just wanted this character to be like an alt or whatever, maybe they have the choice of picking up a ring on like Challenge World or something, they can just take a Kant ring and like and be fine with it for a while, right?
Honestly, you need all three is the problem to do optimal damage. And then, like I said, I just repop my burst, and then I'm just gonna hold down metal press. So, except I'm in Annihilation, which is problematic. So, this is like the worst burst to show you guys. The only reason I wanted this boss was because I wanted to show you P2.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, it's a small damage loss to... I don't know if it's actually a damage loss to bounce. But that's something I do. I'm just not going to ring swap because this is like too much
you're
for
fine,
me.
you're fine.
I cannot sit here and talk through what I'm doing and ring swap at the same time because it's keeping track of too many things.
Yeah.
So another thing I do is I use Jaunt to hold myself in place to attack the boss in the air when the floor lights on fire.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I'm just going to like jump back and forth, and then I like our teleport to like kind of maneuver things around. And then I like flash jump it over. So.
Okay.
Also, like, not putting things into the shield is ideal. I'm playing pretty terribly right now, but I'm also pretty nervous, so I'm...
It's okay, everyone's fucked up their boss showcase.
Yeah,
like literally everyone.
I'm just gonna iframe that, and then it's a lot easier to say to do all these things, and then to sit here and actually tell you to do them, show you to do them is a lot harder. And explain them at the same time is what I will say.
Yup.
But pretty much all I'm doing is I'm pressing grab, which is our mastery 2, which is our off-burst skill. And then I'm pressing train when I see I have extra psychic points, and then I'm pressing metal press as well.
Yep.
On Challenge World, I'm pretty sure it was recommended that Kinesis takes Kant because, like I said, while our burst is good, and it's mostly our origin that does the damage, it's not our... It is not our 3-minute burst because it's our 60-second skills, and you can easily desync those and just do play 2-minute because our 3-minute skills are just so like whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And unfortunately, in the 3-minute patch, Kinesis does take a bit of a hit. I think Nexon kind of buffed us a little bit too much, or in their mind, they buffed us too much. With Mastery 3 and 4 and changing the way our combo works. So we do take a bit of a heavy hit there. Hopefully things will change before it comes to GMS, but at the moment it does not look super hot for Kinesis, which is kind of problematic. But I mean, it is what it is, and the class will be okay.
Okay,
so
that origin actually chunks. That did so much damage.
Most of it is our... that's why I said it's most of our damage.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I would say, like, compared to my 3-minute burst, it's, like, no damage. Yeah, it's, like, a top 5 origin in the game. Yeah, and then what I really wanted to show you in this boss was the push. And it's not just Lotus this works on. This is any, it's anything. So you see how, like... Oh, wait. I think I stood too close to him and he didn't push me. Hold on. Wait, I have to do it.
Yeah, line up the punch in the face.
Okay. Yeah, so you see how he pushed me? So we have a second job skill, and then you just immediately can, like, go attack. And then I like to... Whoops. It's not me dying. So, the whole reason that... Let me just, like... I'm just gonna bait him. Hello, can you hit me, please? So, you can just... Okay, I'm not even getting hit at this point. So you can super stand this. Yeah. Is the whole thing. The class typically has 3 super stand skills. The most common one is definitely the second job skill, which is our spammable second job. And then, like I said, the teleport is also pretty useful because you can just teleport away from things. So I would say that is probably what I would say is good about this class. And this is definitely useful. You do have to time this a little bit. But the fact that this is just on no CD and I can just stand here and let him just like hit me and I'm just like not gonna go anywhere is like pretty good.
Yeah.
So, okay, that one I messed up, but you get the point.
Yeah, all good. I personally I get it. Like I think you've explained the rotation very well, and even though you said you were like nervous and or choking or screwing up or whatever, that made sense
Can
to
I
me.
show
So,
Can I show two other bosses? There's two other things I kind of want to talk about like very quickly, which I think is like pretty.
okay, wait, how long is it gonna take? Because like I I still have to do another one of these tonight.
Oh God. Okay. No, I just wanted to. It's okay. I don't have to do that. I just wanted to talk about the slow.
Can you maybe just talk about it and instead of get, because I don't know if you need to get to another phase or whatever. If it's gonna be quick at the beginning of the fight, then show it off. But if you have to take like 5 minutes to get to a phase to make it like show it off,
it's like it takes me like a minute and a half to get to P3, but like it's all good.
Yeah. Maybe we'll show it off at the end, depending on how much time. Depending on
no, it's all good. No problem.
Okay. If you had to rank this class's play style, its rotation, this is like your biased opinion. So basically I'm just asking you to talk about or like rank how much you love playing this class, like how much fun you have playing it, how engaged it keeps you in a boss fight. How would you rank it?
How engaged? I would say it's definitely engaging. You cannot zone out playing this class because I literally zoned out while I was just doing that little X Lotus and I like accidentally emptied my gauge on accident. So I would say that engagement wise, it's definitely an S because you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. And there's a lot of micromanagement things you have to pay attention to. It's not like hold one button. How much fun I have, I mean, I couldn't imagine playing any other class personally. I think I would have quit the game if I hadn't discovered Kinesis. So my opinion on how fun it is, I mean, that's biased, and I mean, like, I'm gonna say S, but like in reality, our rotation I think is like a B because I think it is difficult. I think there's a lot you have to pay attention to. I think it's easy to learn.
We're about to go on to the difficulty part.
Yeah. So
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Don't worry, you don't have to get into it yet. Okay, so I'm leaving this as an S then because I'm leaving this as an S. Okay, let's talk about the difficulty then. So what do you think the hardest part of picking up Kinesis is for like a new player or someone who's new to Kinesis?
Oh, geez. I think the hardest part about picking... I'm just going to do this in the background while I talk to you. I think the hardest part about picking up the class is really learning how to min-max your psychic points. I think there's a lot of complexity when it comes to doing what your... I can't actually do this while doing this. I just realized that. Where is my mouse? I just realized I cannot talk and do that. I think there's a lot of complexity when it comes to balancing the gauge. I think that you have to really pay attention to your 60 seconds. I think that's pretty micromanagey. I think triple ring swapping is something difficult. I think in 2-minute change that will be easier. And I think that learning when to overdrive, I think playing around with that is hard. I think the class is easy to learn. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's that easy to master, if that makes sense. And I think I'm decent at it, but I don't think I'm like a pure pro. I think I've said this before, but I think there's room for improvement on everyone. And I think anyone can learn to do anything better. And I think calling yourself a master at something is... I don't like using that term because I think you can always learn more. I always like to continue learning. And like I said, I like to reach out to people who play the class, who know the class. So for me, it's just, I would say that difficulty wise, I would say like, is S like really hard is...
And I ask when you're going to rank it, I ask specifically that you rank like what you think it takes to become like average, like good enough, like not how long it takes to master.
It's like a B because I don't think it's like a hard to like learn the basics, but I think it's harder to master. I think it's like a B solely because of the gauge, and I think it's a B because you have to pay attention. But I think I think my point of saying the difficulty thing is you should always stay humble and you should always be willing to learn new things.
Sure.
because you never know the new tech that's out there. That's my word of advice about learning things. But difficulty wise, I would say B.
Yeah. Okay. We'll put it at a B.
Sorry, that was a little odd. That was a little bit of an odd tangent.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next part, but before we do, please excuse me. I just need to crash out on chat real quick. Guys, if you weren't here for the introduction, remember whose house you are in. You will be respectful to every single one of my guests for these interviews. If you're not, my mods are gonna permaban you, and we are never gonna think twice about bringing your dumbasses back. Be respectful or leave. That's the end of it. Okay? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry for causing such a stir in your chat.
No, it's not your fault. I want you to know it's not your fault. These guys are just bozos who like to act up because there's a girl in the room. Like, I don't know.
No, it's okay.
Okay, let's move on and let's talk about the support that this class brings to a party.
So the support is like pretty minimal. I would say that the support this class gives is pretty mid. The one thing that I did want to show was the slow, but then I can't really like do it while talking because can't boss and talk.
Yeah, all good.
I would say that the slow is really good. I know when I first went to solo BM back in the day, it was how I kept the boss stationary, and it was one mechanic that I used a lot to keep the boss in position. It's like a 36% slow. And then the other thing the class provides that's party support is it's just an IED. Now you can up the IED from a hyper skill. So it's Mind Tremor, which is the black floor skill. It's like the black, I have to turn my effects up. It's like the black whirlpool. And you can up this, and I think it's equal to like, I would have to look at the exact number. It is, 1 second. I have it written down. Yeah, it's a 25% slow and a 36.25 IED debuff with hyper passive. However, I don't have the passive, so it's 10% less than that.
Okay.
But I know IED is calculated weird, so the only things we have is the slow and the IED debuff. The slow is useful, but I would say party play class is pretty selfish, not pretty good.
Yeah. And it's like the slow is not helpful in every situation. It's like fairly uniquely helpful, right?
Yeah, it's definitely unique because in Limbo specifically, the boss isn't affected by slow.
Yeah.
Like you can't do anything with it. It's like not affected by movement reduction. The only boss that I have found that it's extremely useful in is Black Mage.
Yeah.
It definitely slows the boss. I can tell you that. Like Black Mage, it pretty much kept the boss like in place for me.
Yeah.
But besides that, no, it's not. Like Old Lotus, like Lotus, it slows. Like it slows, but it's not like as obvious.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So what would you rank the support, the party play of the of KINESIS?
Like a D.
Okay.
Like this class doesn't offer support. If you want to support,
yeah, for sure.
It doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Like I mean, we have some decent IED and we have a decent slow, but honestly, unless you're like trying to like pin a boss in a corner, it's not really good.
Yep. Okay. All right. Look, some people actually want to be the main character and they want a low ranked support class. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, no, it's not a support class. It's a solid DP. It's a straight DPS class.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Hexa. Rascal, can you ban that Xerix guy? He's just been disrespectful this entire time. Can you actually just permaban him? Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, can I ask a question really quickly?
Sure, yeah.
Can I go off the board? Am I doing similar to your Pathfinder interview?
No, you actually know the answer to all of my questions. You have notes.
Just checking.
You like.
I just want to check. Am I similar to your Pathfinder interview?
No, it's
at all?
not.
Because
I mean, no disrespect to Futive. We've already talked about his interview like way more than enough. But no, you're doing great.
Okay, I just had to check.
People
really quickly.
will literally just like bring in hate because they had a bad day or some shit. Like, it literally.
I just want to check to make sure I'm like actually talking about the class. I was like, I'm pretty sure I had all the facts written down.
No, 100%. You're fine. These guys are literally just haters for no reason. It's because they've like only ever been rejected by every girl that they've ever tried to talk to or some shit. Like I really just don't understand.
No, it's all good. I just wanted to confirm and make sure that I wasn't like sitting here giving you like misinfo.
Yeah,
or
no, you're
anything
good.
like
You're good.
that.
You're good. Like you literally talk to like you said, you literally talk to the Kinesis, like half the people in the Discord, right? Like you're fine. You're fine.
I mean, they're all in your chat and they've been telling
Chances
me. Like,
are everyone who's talking shit literally can't even clear like X Lotus phase 1. So you just did it while you're yapping about your class. Like you're fine. They're just.
I'm just also nervous.
You're good. You're good.
Well.
No, don't. Yeah, there's nothing I can say to stop that. But like, you're 100%. You're fine.
No, I just wanted to confirm that I wasn't like. I know that you've talked a lot about that interview, and I just wanted to like check. I was
No,
like,
you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay. Let's move on and talk about the, excuse me, the Hexa importance of this class. So specifically, like, what your masteries do and how they maybe change the way that your class plays, like what your rotation, how your rotation changes, or...
Yeah, so I think that,
like
the best way to talk about that is to just kind of show. So a lot of this class is talked about psychic points. So one big hitter of 6th job is that 6th job reduces the amount of psychic points something costs. So prior to 6th job, metal press, which is our main DPM skill or burst skill, which is our big spender skill, costs, I think it's, well, let me fact check myself, 7 points. And then once it's upgraded to the 6th job skill, it costs 6. So that's pretty nice. Now this one's a bit weird. It's 5 prior and it's 5 post. So this one doesn't change. I don't know why, but I would say that our 2nd job, which is grab, it does have a pretty good quality of life on our 2nd job. It's actually a 2-part skill. So I would have to show you what it looks like. It's more of a mobbing skill. So, which I know you're going to talk about. But basically, this is our 2nd job mastery. It's the grab skill. And then the 2nd part, which costs 5 points, and it's 5 points prior, and it's 5 points post 6th job. This makes a very viable farming skill, which I will talk more about in your rotation piece.
Yep.
But the psychic point costs the same, but pretty much this overtakes our other mobbing skill, which is shockwave, and it pretty much makes this obsolete.
Okay.
Which is very interesting. So that's that.
Okay.
And then our other masteries, train. So prior to 6th job, this cost 15 points and was a dead skill. It is now 13 points, and it is about equal BP. It is about equal damage to metal press. So there's also discourse in the community about if you should keep this up 100% of the time, or if you should only do it when it's max. There's been some testing. It's not fully tested out yet, so I would say that this still requires more testing to come to a full conclusion. But the point is that this mastery pretty much revived this skill, and then BPM as well. This pre-6 job was way smaller and it didn't do anything. And then kinetic combo. This I think is our biggest change. It made our marks actually like pretty viable, and they proc on other skills now. Now, for our masteries, we do have one dead skill, our shockwave. This is only used for mobbing, so Kinesis is a bit cheaper on masteries for people looking, as you don't even have to activate this.
Okay.
So you only really need these. And then obviously our origin is huge. Our origin does a lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
I would say 6 job wise, our class is pretty good. We have a really good origin. Our mobbing Kinesis has always had good mobbing, but this makes it better. Yeah. It makes our combos better, and it revives train, good origin, and you have a dead skill, so you don't even have to worry about this.
Okay. So how important would you say it is for someone who's interested in like trying Kinesis, in getting to like 260, unlocking 6th job, getting their masteries, like basically getting unlocks and everything, to like really get a feel for the class?
I would say it's definitely important, because I think you're gonna feel like our burst is bad until you have origin. Our origin is just so much of our damage.
It's a lot of damage,
you just really need to have it. And I think you're gonna think metal press you're not going to use train unless you have the masteries. Your combo is going to be worse, and your grab is going to feel worse. It's just going to all feel worse. I think that's true for every class, but I really think Kinesis Origin is just so big that if you like seeing the number chunk, you need to have the Origin.
Yeah.
Because our 3-minute burst is not going to do that for you.
Yeah.
And the animation is cool.
Yeah. Oh, the animation is sick.
So-
Okay, so how would you rank the importance of playing like yeah, I guess just rank how important you think it is for someone to commit to going to 260 on this class to like really give it a chance versus trying it as 5th job.
I would say like an S. I think you really need 6th job because like I really think that you're not going to get a feel for the class unless you're like actually like at 6th job.
Yeah.
Because the Origin is just too much damage. There's no linger. It's just a boom burst and it's gone. Like there's no like it gives this buff, it does this. It's a one button, does damage, that's it. No second thoughts.
It also like the masteries also like change your skills enough that it's not literally just damage, right? Like it changes the like usage, not the usage, but
it changes the amount of points. The only one it doesn't change is our second mastery.
Yeah.
And it makes our combo a lot bigger, which is kind of funny because prior to 4th mastery, you can't really see it, is the thing. You just know it's there. You have to kind of squint to see it. Now with 4th mastery, you can really see it. So
yeah.
I think, someone said that I should take off the nodes, and I think that's pretty important to like show you.
Well, we're going to go to an animation section, so don't worry about that. I'll get you to do that
Don't
after.
do that? Okay.
Yeah. I just want people who are like watching to be able to actually navigate through stuff since it's all going to be organized with timestamps. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the farming, and then we'll get you to go show off all the difference in animations between 6th and 5th job.
Yeah. Sorry, this has been going on forever.
Yeah, all good.
So, is your farming thing, is it like low-level Janus maps? Is it no Janus?
Yeah. So either like no Janus or like Janus 1, you can talk about what the farming would basically like, because no one's farming these days unless they're like after 260. You know what I mean? Like everyone is just using Monster Park to get to 260 or Hyper Burns or Bonk Pots or whatever, right? So no one's farming until they're 260 anyway. So if you could show off what it's like farming with early masteries and like either no Janus or early Janus, then that would be great.
Yes. So with no Janus, Kinesis farming is still like pretty good. Because I'm an old player, I didn't have Janus until like sometime in Arteria.
Yeah.
So this was the rotation I actually just did in what map is this? In Cernium. So you kind of just put Drain down. Every time Drain hits a mob, it recharges a psychic point. It's kind of like a little mini summon. On bosses, it just does tick damage. However, in mobbing, it helps keep up psychic points. Mine is too strong, so it's just one-shotting. But our mobbing pre-6 job is really just shockwave. And then you kind of just bounce around and you just shockwave like this. Now, if you do have the access to masteries and Janus, it is much easier to do it with our second mastery. So I will go to, so this is no Janus. So if you do have masteries, you can go to Burning Library Section 2, and you can put a fountain here, and then you can turn Dusk on, which I'm assuming you will have. And then pretty much you just do this, and this is like a triple plat. And then you just charge PP on the end. Yes, and I would have to show you what it looks like pre, because this skill was pretty much not viable until the second job version, till the second mastery, because this is our second mastery. So you just go like this. But even if you don't have the masteries, our psychic, another thing about Kinesis is that our main mobbing skill is a 5th job skill, so you're never short on damage, which is one thing that is very good about this class. You're not relying on a 2nd job skill, you're relying on a 5th job skill. Now, with the second mastery, it is a bit outdated that people don't really use Shockwave as much anymore. But like I said, when I was farming these maps, I didn't have this skill, and the other version is kind of bad. But pretty much all the maps, you can just stand here and do this.
Yeah.
So
that's super. I mean, it's like it's active because you have buttons to press. You don't just AFK, but you literally stand in one spot, which is nice.
Pretty much, and you can pretty much do this on any map. So you can pretty much do this like here. You just put like a fountain here. and it does cost 5 points, so you do want to be mindful of that. And I do always try to put drain down to like help recharge points, and then you kind of just stand here. But it goes up really high. So I'm pretty sure it's like hitting all the way up there. Yeah, so it's going all the way to the top. But like I said, you don't even, on Kinesis, you don't even need like, even if you don't have that, you can just still jump around like this.
Yeah.
Like, I just make triangles. It's like making squares. Most of the rotations pre-6 job were just making squares.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to show that is in Arteria, which is where I farmed pre-Janus. So this is kind of a dead map now. But basically, you would just put fountain here. Wait, my fountain's on cooldown. But you would go like this, and you would up jump, and then you would just take the portals, and then you would just make a square. Like, you would just make a loop. You just go like this, and this kills everything. And this is no I have Janus on. But if you have no Janus in your Arteria, which probably won't happen, pretty much the default I always have to Kinesis is if you don't have Janus, start making find a map and make a square. Which sounds really dumb, but that's how it is. And then if you have Janus, you can stand in the center and just go like, running out of points. You can just stand in the center and go like this. And you can do this on pretty much any map because this reaches all the way to the top.
Yeah.
And I would say that is the extent of it. Now, when you have like Janus 3, I don't even...
Whoa.
The one thing about this skill is that you do have to... This skill cannot be keybound. You have to press up arrow with it, Psychic Shot.
Yeah.
So with Psychic Shot, you can't actually keybind this. You can only keybind the clutch, the grab version.
So you have to play with 2 hands. Sorry, guys.
Kind of. I just press Control and up arrow key. So when I'm really lazy, I don't like. Here, I can show you. When I'm really. Okay, that's crazy. I just found an empty SR2. When I'm really lazy, I just hold down grab, like in later Janus maps, like in Carcion, and this still hits pretty good, because to me, sometimes, like if I'm here for hours on end, I don't even up arrow. I don't even like to press the up arrow key, but technically, you do have. That's my only gripe with my only gripe with shot is you have to press up arrow key in order to use it with grab.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, if anyone wants this SR2, it's channel 12, completely empty.
They're on their way already. Okay. So what would you rank the farming, the mobbing on this character, like, with all the things in mind that we talked about, like very early Janus? I think it honestly it looks good. Not full AFK, but
give it like a B. I mean, like there's lazier classes with more summons.
For sure,
but it's not bad. It's good range. I mean,
you can stand in one spot, and that's like a huge W, I think.
Yes, I think the shot thing. I think like I said, the one downside to shot is the fact that you have to press up arrow key, and it's easy to do, but honestly, if I'm whapping for 8 hours, I don't even like to press the up arrow key. I just want to hold one button.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
To me,
you don't have to tell me.
That's the one thing I don't like about that skill is that you have to press the up arrow key.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like let us keybind it. Like I don't understand why we can't keybind. So.
You hear that, Nexon? Just kidding, they're not watching, they don't give a shit. Okay, last section, let's go over your animations, specifically your like masteries and how they change what your skills look like. So if you can show maybe you can show the 5th job versions, like the non-masteries first, if you take off the nodes, and then show what they look like after.
So Kinesis is still just a cool class in general. If you haven't figured it out already, it's a telekinetic class. You know, it's from another world. The background is the character's human from Seoul gets transported to Maple World. And so canonically, Kinesis, I think, is the only canonically human character in the game, which is kind of funny.
Human weirdos.
So, okay, so this is BPM pre-mastery. It's pretty tiny, doesn't really do much, you know, there's no back part, you know. And then this is pre-6 job grab, pretty lame, pretty small. There is chess pieces in this. With the 6 job version, it is better. And then metal press, it's just a chunk of metal. and it costs more points.
Wait. Can
And
you move away because it falls behind the boss? Can you move away from the boss and press it so I can see the whole thing?
Yeah, hold on. Wait, I need to. Wait, let me get rid of it. Dismiss. Go away. Hold on, wait. I need to charge points.
Okay.
It just jumps. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I have no points. Is the problem? 1 second. Okay, it drops random scrap metal. See, it changes.
Oh, okay. It's kind of sick that it changes every time, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this feels so bad to play because it's like the mastery just feels so much better. So like now it's blue. So it just drops random scrap metal.
Yeah, all good.
And then,
that's sick.
And then also this is the shot 3-6 job. This I actually need to go to a real map for because I actually do have to show you this.
Okay.
1 second. Because the range on this, you will see the range difference. I'm gonna go up here because it's easier to show. So you know how before it was like triple shotting, right?
Uh-huh.
So here, triple platting, here is the range pre-mastery. You see how it's kind of all over the place? It's not even hitting up there. Like, it's very inconsistent.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty bad. So this skill was pretty much dead until M2. And then BPM, like, it's just like a little tiny triangle in front of you. It's kind of lame. You know?
Yeah.
So let me put my masteries back on. Okay, yeah. So now, see the difference. So now this is grab. So you see the chest pieces are bigger, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just show the shot part. So you saw before how it was like not really doing much. Now look how consistent it is.
Yeah.
So that's why this mastery is.
It's almost like before it was like almost like colliding with stuff and not going. And now it's just a massive cone that hits everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sorry, the girl wants to clean. So now it's like pretty good. So that's why you can literally use this with like level 1 Janez and you would just kill everything and you just have to go like this.
Yeah.
So, oh, there was one animation I didn't show you. The train animation looks the same, to be honest with you. Is why I didn't show it. It doesn't look different.
Is it really the same or like very close?
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same.
That's sad.
I'll show it to you, but it's pretty much the same. But hold on, let me find my train mastery. I always forget that it's changed. Okay, so this is. I don't even have enough PP. This is train pre-6 job. Okay, look at it. It's a red train.
Uh-huh.
Remember, it's a red train. This is train post-6 job. It's like almost the same.
But it's facing the other way now.
Yeah, that's the difference. It's a tiny bit bigger.
It's bigger and it's facing right instead of left.
Like, it's almost the same thing. So, like, look, no fire.
Yo. Chills.
I have to recharge because I'm like running out of points. Fire. And it's facing the other way. That
oh
is the
yeah,
only
it has like a fire explosion too. Damn, chills.
And then, yeah. And then, so like I said, this is grab, post-6 job, shot, post-6 job, and then metal press. It's not even metal anymore. I don't even...
What the hell is that?
Sorry, I have to charge because I have no points. It's not even metal anymore. Now it's just like random cubes.
It's like puzzle. It's just puzzle pieces.
Yeah, now it's just puzzle pieces. So we lost the metal concept, and it's not even like it was metal. And now it's just I don't freaking know.
Maybe the puzzle pieces are made out of metal. It's fine.
Oh, and then this is BPM post mastery.
Yeah, with a much bigger hitbox.
Much bigger hitbox, and it hits from behind.
Yeah.
Before it was only in front, and then same also with the 6 job animation, you get the chest pieces and they rotate in the when you have grab up like this.
Super high fidelity.
1 second. The only mastery I didn't show was combo, but the problem with showing combo is you have to wait for it to proc.
It's so random that this class has 3D like really high graphic rotating objects in this very, very two-dimensional game.
Yeah, hold on. I have to, and then I will show origin. I'm trying to get the combo to proc, but I don't know if that's it in front of. Oh, there it is. So you see this in front of me?
Yeah.
Right here. That's combo. That's the mastery combo. Now, if I was to take this off and trying to show you where it is, you're gonna have to like squint and find the black orb among the already black and white skills. So I'm not gonna do that because this is confusing. But I will show the origin again because honestly, it's the only cool part of this class.
Yep.
And then you can see, look at all the combo orbs that come off of it.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Drop that freaking nuke on the city. All right, so your biased opinion. What do you rank these animations on this class overall?
I mean, S obviously because like, duh. I think it's an S. Like that's the only cool part of this class.
Yeah.
And the ascent skill is pretty much aura farming on hollow purple.
Yep.
So that's what I think.
Yeah, I think most people will agree. The class's animations are really freaking cool.
Hey, might do little damage, but it's an aura. Honestly, I always like to say the class is aura farming.
Yeah. Yeah, the animations are sick. And honestly, anyone who plays like a super off meta class that's like not popular is also just, it's kind of just Chad. Like not meta chasing, playing something because you like it. That's Chad as hell.
No, it's definitely not meta at all. It's definitely a very niche class. You know, like I said, there's a lot of little things to learn and there's always more things you can learn now or later, and the meta is always changing, especially with overdrive. That skill is something I think Nexon needs to like figure something out because I think the way that is set up is so stupid, but whatever.
Yeah.
That was my one gripe with this class.
I mean, let's be real. I think from what I've seen, it feels like Nexon has a lot of things they kind of got to figure out with what's going on here.
I mean, yeah, like I said, that's the one thing I don't really like is like, well, you can do it this way, but you can also do it this way, but this isn't actually wrong. So it's kind of like, well, what's best? And it's very situational. And yes, there is an order to do things, like you need to pop all your summons, but it's like when you use that overdrive skill, that is my thing I don't like, because I don't like how it can change depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Like, I change it based on the boss I'm in, based if I'm doing covert. And I would say KINESIS is one character that, like, your covert is different than how you actually boss. And I know a lot of people do covert to practice their bossing rotation, but the issue with KINESIS is that our covert is different than our bossing rotation.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing you have to be wary of. And I also think one thing is that you just need to be aware that there's a couple different theories out there. Literally in the KINESIS guide, it says philosophy 1, philosophy 2. So, and I can link you that guide and I can put it in here in the YouTube video as well as the link to the KINESIS Discord, which is very helpful.
Yeah,
but yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that's all I got. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that's it. Usually people will ask, if the class is getting better or worse with 2-minute changes or anything else that might be happening to the class.
Oh, I thought I kind of said that I was getting worse.
Yeah, okay.
Not like worse, but I said like compared to other classes, it's like not benefiting as much.
Yeah.
We're not getting buffed. Let's put it plain. We're getting buffed to slightly nerfed. I don't want to doom too much because I don't want people to be upset. It is like an FD loss. They are nerfing our skills. That is true. However, I'm coping on the fact that it won't be as bad as it was in KMS because honestly, it's like 6 to 7% FD loss, which is pretty not good. But I'm hoping that maybe in some alternate universe this gets changed in GMS compared to KMS, because I understand why they did it, but they hit every single one of our skills for absolutely no reason. When the class already, I don't think, does that much damage. I think it's mid. I don't think we need to go from mid to bad, if that makes sense. I don't want to doom too much.
Maybe it'll come back because the ascent skill will just hit like an absolute truck compared to other classes, and then that's how you'll make up for the damage loss.
It's kind of like what I'm hoping for. And then also KINESIS does benefit from attack speed 0 on our metal press, so hopefully that'll also balance it out, so maybe it'll only be like 3 to 4. It's not that big, but it is an FD gain still. That is something still uniquely, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to doom too much.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Not super looking forward to the 2-minute change on my end.
Yeah. All good. Just good to know for people who are thinking about playing, either whether they watch like maybe before or after.
Too much. Wait to see what happens is my word.
I mean, let's be real. If someone's choosing Kinesis, it's not because they want the meta pick anyway. So like my guess is that most people wouldn't care if there's a 6% damage loss. Like it's not going to actually change their decision on playing Kinesis or not.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if you're picking the class, you're picking it for other reasons, because there's other classes that do more damage.
Yeah.
They're picking it for Hollow Purple. They ain't picking it for the damage. Is what I think.
Okay, Julie, well, thank you. Thank you for
so much.
Thank you for putting up with the people. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for coming so prepared and talking to all of your Kinesis homies, and yeah, and thank you for being flexible and starting early because my other one was a mess. Yeah, W's for Julie, guys. W's for Julie. Clappies in the chat. And thank most of you in chat for keeping the Julie disrespect meme out of here for I said most of them, okay? I just want to make sure everyone heard that. Most of them.
I definitely appreciate it. So thank you. And then I'm sorry if this was extremely long. I just had a lot
you're
to say,
good.
so.
You honestly, you're not even the longest one, so you're good.
Can we disrespect her now, interviewers? Probably not.
As soon as she leaves the call, you guys are good to go back to normal, okay?
Oh my god. Well, thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate it.
Thank you,
and good
Julie.
luck on your other ones.
Thank you. You're the GOAT. Where did this fucking come from, bro? Where did this start? How did this start? I don't even know. Look, some of you guys, I get it. We're just jumping on the hate watch bandwagon. The like ironically hate watching bandwagon. Ha ha ha, you did it to me at first too. Ha ha ha. But listen, guys, sometimes you just gotta send a couple W's and a little bit of love in the direction of the person that you're memeing on. Just so you can, like, you know, make sure that they know that it's all in good fun. You know? That's it. Okay, regarding the class, I'm gonna be honest, if I'm playing a mage, it's probably that. Like, I'm a flash jump enjoyer, so the mobility alone, super cool. W. The burst damage, the origin, the animations, W. The playstyle, the fact that I can tell everyone that I'm draining my PP, W. Sorry, I'm a child. If you are also a child and you want to play Kinesis for that reason, let me know that I'm not alone. We can laugh about it together. We can laugh about it together, guys. I'm not alone. Come on. It's funny. You guys don't like draining the PP? Okay. Well, listen. We got another big interview coming up, so we're going to wrap this thing up. Guys, Twitch chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in the community votes, as usual. Thank you for most of you for being respectful to my guest, as usual. Thank you for watching ads. Twitch chat, I love you guys. If you did not watch this live and you want to catch them live, I do them almost every single night around the same time on my Twitch stream. So come on over from YouTube. I don't bite, usually. Just don't ask the few people that we banned tonight. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe and watch the rest of them. We're going to go through all of the rest of the classes still. I'm only like halfway through. I don't even think we're halfway through yet. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.